everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina. I'm a crafter from Ontario, Canada, and this is my Flosstube channel where I talk primarily about cross stitch. This is episode 15 and today is March 20th. Today I'm going to talk about the progress that I've made since the beginning of March and talk about what goals I have left to complete before March is over. It's all mostly whips. I have one new start that I'll show you. Other than that, it's all whips, and I don't even really have any haul to show you. I will, because I did place a order with 123 Stitch, so I will have a little bit of haul, hopefully next video, but I'm not sure. Since I'm in Canada, it sometimes takes a little while to get to me. So if I don't have it next week or next video, I'll have it after that for sure. Okay, so first up, in my last video, at the end of full coverage February, I had spun the wheel. My last project that I had spun was Trelawney's Library by Cross Stitch Studio, and I had spun for 750 stitches to complete, and I had only done 589. So I wanted to finish the last 167 before I went on to my March projects. So that was the first thing that I worked on. So here's a picture of what it will look like, and I'm not going to show you where it was last time because there wasn't really much progress, but anyways, this is where I am on it now. And so I finished the last 167 stitches that I needed to do to get to my 750 and complete my spin. So that's where I'm sitting at right now. And okay, so then we moved into my March goals, and the first one that I wanted to work on was my daughter's birth sampler, which is Beyond Venue by Long Dog Sampler. So here's a picture of what it will look like when it's finished, and then I'll insert a picture of what it looked like the last time I showed it to you, which would have been the end of February. And my goal every month is to do 2,700 stitches so that I can get it finished by her first birthday, which is in June. So I did, this is where it is now. And I did 2,749 stitches this month. And I did all, basically, let's see if I can fold this in so we can look. I finished like the, there we go. I finished this side of this motif, half of the butterfly I needed to do, and then these 3 small motifs, and then I did this whole big motif here. So, and then I think I did, I did this bottom part here as well this month. So that brought me 2,749 stitches in that, and that's where we're sitting at right now. So this is done using Threadworks 1041, and I'm stitching it 2/2 on a 32 count Belfast linen, and the color is Moon Dust. It's not really showing very well on here, but it's like a very, very, very pale purple, like silvery purple. So that is Beyond Venue. And next up, my whip go was one of my whip go goals. So my whip go goal for was 1,500 stitches on this piece. I ended up changing that because this month, like I said in the end of my last video, my goals were pretty heavy this month, and I needed, there was a lot of stitches to get done. And then on top of that, the baby has been teething, so she hasn't been sleeping as well, which means I've been getting less stitching done. So I ended up amending this goal, which I'm fine with, because the stitching will always be there. So this is Ackworth Patchwork Sampler. I'll put a picture in of what it's going to look like when it's done. And I switched the goal, so instead of 1,500 stitches, I just wanted to do 500 on it. And I did 510, so this is where I'm at now. And so the only ones I did were this square up here, then this little yellow square down there, and I think that was it. Yeah, that was all I did, those 2 squares. And that brought me to my 510 stitches for this month. So I'm calling that complete because, you know, my whip go goals are not strict. I'm gonna adjust them as needed, and this month it just needed to be adjusted. So I still got 500 stitches done on the project, and my whole point of whip go is to try and get some progress done on all of my projects. So 500 stitches is still better than nothing. So that is I don't know what the fabric is, but I'm doing it 1/1, and I'm using the called for DMC, and I'm sitting at 20.6% on that. Okay, next up, I pulled out my Christmas Bells sampler by Heartstring Samplery. So here's a picture of what it will look like when it's completed. And I'm going to also insert a picture of where it was the last time that I showed it to you. So the whip go, this was my second whip go project, and the goal was to get a finish on it. I am not at a finish yet. I did get some work done on it. So this is where I am now. So basically, let's see. I brought this border down to here, and then I started on the words in here. I've done 1,752 stitches so far on it, and that's brought me to 59.4% complete. So I still have a bit to go, and the reason I stopped for now is that I ran out of the color that I'm using for the words. It's Gentle Arts Banker's Gray. And I went to my local needlework shop, and they were also out of it. So I did order more from 123 Stitch, and I'm just waiting for it to get in. So while I was waiting, I just decided to move on to other things. This is a 36 count Edinburgh linen in flax, and I'm stitching 2/2. The rest of these colors, like all the border colors, are my own DMC conversion. So I don't know if I'll actually get the finish this month because there's still quite a bit to go, and the month is about 3/4 of the way done now. So we'll see. It really depends on how long it takes for my order to get here, but I will just keep working on it to try and get it towards a finish. And I do really want to finish this year, so whenever I get that Banker's Gray in, I'm going to try and work this into my plans for the next month as well, so that I can try and get it to a finish. Okay, so after that I moved on to my Heaven and Earth design Sal project. So I'm going to show you a picture of what the finished piece will look like, and then I'm going to show you where I was last time. There'll be a picture here of where I was last time. And then in the last video, I talked about my goal for this was to get this part finished, because we are going to be getting the next 3 pages on April 1st, I believe. So I wanted to get this part finished. These first 3 pages that we received, I wanted to get them finished before I got the next ones. So that meant I had to do 6,401 stitches this month. And so far I've done 3,413. So I'm sitting at 87% complete of this part. I have 2,986 stitches left to finish before the month is out. So here is what it looks like now. And I think that looks pretty cool so far. Basically what I've been doing is going through here and finding the next spot that I haven't stitched, picking that color and stitching one strand as far as I can take it, and then going through and grabbing the next missing spot, because with it being like, so like there's a missing spot right there, so I would grab that, whatever color that is, and stitch it as far as it goes and then keep going. So basically I am up to about here. What is this? So about 50 stitches, like a 50 stitch column is completely done, and I'm slowly working my way across. So there's quite a bit to do over here still, but for now I am making my way. I think I should be able to finish this because it's 10 stitch. I've been able to do it quite quickly. So 2,900 stitches should be doable by the end of the month. So that is where I am on that. And I think I said I'm doing this. This is, my full coverages are on a 25 count gridded fabric, and I'm doing 2/1 10 stitch. So then once April's pages come, I will divide the number of stitches in those pages up so that I can see how many I need to do to get to complete it before the next set comes out. So, okay, next I have the next pattern in my pattern series that I've started releasing. So last month I released the March one, which was Leprechaun House, in my Etsy shop. I'll show you just a picture of what that one looks like here. And then, so now I am working on the April one. So the model for the April pattern, the pattern's all designed and everything. I'm just working on the model for it now. And so that's what I have been working on as well. So this is so far what it looks like. And I think I'll keep the full thing a secret until I release it. But this is just a sneak peek at what it looks like right now. And I can't wait to show you the finished piece once it's done. I'm going to do them all on the same fabric. So this is a 36 count. Let me just double check. Yeah, a 36 count linen in flax is the colorway. And I'm stitching it 2/2. All of these are going to be the same, which is 75 by 75 stitches. And this one has a total of 2,277 stitches. So that is for April. So that is everything that I worked on since my last video. This was kind of a shorter video. I'm just going to go over my goals quickly, my March goals quickly, so I can just kind of update you on what I've done and what I still need to get done. So the WIPGO goal, the first one was Christmas Bells sampler to get a finish. So that one is not done yet. Might not get done this month because I'm waiting on that thread. But as soon as that thread comes in, I'm going to continue working on that. I can even continue working because I have all the border colors. So I can continue on with the border and then just wait for the other thread to come in to complete the words. So if I finish my other goals, I'll go onto that and start working on the border again. But for now, that one is not complete. The second WIPGO was the Ackworth Patchwork Sampler for 1,500 stitches. And like I mentioned, I adjusted that to 500 stitches. So that one is complete. The third goal was the Birth Sampler for 2,700 stitches. That one is also complete. The fourth goal was the Heaven and Earth Design Sal to finish part 1. And so that is not complete yet. So I'm still working on that, but that one should be complete by the end of the month. So that's looking at 3 out of 4 of my like specific goals are done. I also I wanted to do full coverage Friday. That hasn't really happened this month because I've been so busy with my goal stitching, so I haven't taken the Fridays to work on full coverage. I do want to do that. Same thing with working on smalls. So those 2 goals, I do want to try and get some work done on them, but I'm not quite sure if I will. So that is all I have to talk about today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually am going to be adding a part onto the end of this where I'm going to be filming with my husband because he has picked up cross stitch, and so he wants to show what he's been working on in his plans. So we're going to film a little video. It's probably not going to be very long, and I'm going to put it in after this. So if you want to stay tuned for that, please stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by again. I'm so happy to have you and to share my progress with you all, and I love reading your comments and stuff. So if you enjoyed the video, I would love it if you would like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. Thank you so much. Bye. Hey everyone, we're back. And this is my husband, Brandon.
Hi, nice to meet you guys.
You want to talk about why you decided to learn cross stitch?
So I basically decided to get involved in the hobby because I think early on in our relationship, you spent a lot of time joining my hobbies, video games, card collecting, stuff like that. And when we had the baby, that transitioned to not being able to play as much video games as we used to. I thought this was a good way for me to bond still with you and pick up something that was fun. So that was kind of what I decided to do. And then also, sorry, I'm just reading notes. Also, my whole life, my mother spent a lot of time doing cross stitch, so I thought that would also be a good bonding point for me and my mother. She doesn't quite know that I'm doing this yet, so that'll be a surprise to her, and I kind of can't wait for that. So those are kind of some of my longer term goals with it.
So to keep him kind of interested in it, we picked patterns that appeal to him. So he's very big into Pokemon and video games and things like that. So obviously Etsy is a really good place to find a lot of patterns for that. So he is currently working on okay, so I'm gonna just grab out of the bag. This is the piece that he was just like learning on, so it's not really anything like a pattern, but this is just,
yeah,
do you want
Christina just kind of been teaching me how to stitch with it, and this is kind of how far I've gotten on the project so far.
So he's just been learning how to like how to do a loop start and how to end his stitching and stuff like that. So these are all basic cross stitches. I don't know what the fabric is because it was like a sample that I got from our local needlework shop. So I don't know. It's an Ada, but I don't know what count or anything.
It's been good to work on, I think. I got another piece after that I'll show you, but this one is, would you tell me, was 16?
I think it's 16 or 18.
16 or 18, and I found that it's a little bit more difficult for me to work with just because everything's so much tighter.
Smaller, yeah.
Smaller, yeah.
So he has now a piece that's, do you remember what size the other one was?
14?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14.
So we got him a piece of 14 count that he is now stitching on. This is an actual, your thread is hanging. Oh, your needle's there. Okay. So now this is an actual pattern that he's following to stitch, and I think you want to keep it a secret for now.
Yeah, for now I'm going to probably announce.
You're going to show it again later.
Yeah, later.
Once he gets further into it, but so just go a bit closer. They can see your sun is very bright. But there he's practicing. So this is a 14 count, which you found better to work on. You liked it better to work on.
Yeah, because I could see from underneath, kind of when I'm pushing the needle back up from the bottom, I could kind of find where I was a lot easier.
And the only thing you said was this needle was too small.
Yeah, so then
he's using a 28. That's what I had. So we're gonna get him a 26.
Yeah, because when it's coming back up, sometimes it'll fall back down through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I waste more time doing that than getting any stitching done.
Yeah. So, okay. So, are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's been fun. It definitely is good to be able to do something together. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm very interested to see how a piece will finish. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one that we're going to work on, we decided we're going to do a project together. We're both going to stitch on the same project. And so the one that we're doing is the first generation.
Yep.
Pokemon
Yep.
from Lord Libidin. So I'll put a picture like right here of what that piece looks like, but I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It has all the Pokemon from Generation 1. So we're going to be doing that. And we're going to put a little twist on it, right? So we're going to, since he collects Pokemon cards, we're going to pull a Pokemon card from Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, they're the Pokemon 151, which is a remake of the original.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they have all the Generation 1 Pokemon in it. And we're going to pull one each, and that would be the Pokemon that we work on. So we're not necessarily going to go in order. We're going to try and do whatever one we pull.
Yeah.
So that'll be a challenge for you.
Yeah, and hopefully we can collect all the set.
The whole set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole set.
So that'll be a challenge for him because we're going to be using 25 count fabric, which is going to be a lot smaller than anything you've stitched on.
Yeah.
And it's a full coverage piece.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stitching.
Lots of stuff, yeah.
But I think you can handle it.
I'm excited.
So we're going to try that. Are we pulling a card now or next week?
No, well, yeah, we can pull them whenever.
You have cards?
Yeah, we can get some.
Okay. Do you want to pause here and get them?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back again. So he pulled a pack of cards. We're going to pull from there to see which Pokemon we are stitching first. So if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to show you. This is the pattern. So all the Pokemon are there. And so once we pull the card, we'll have to figure out where they are in the pattern. Okay, do you want to pull first?
Yep.
Okay, who is that?
Machamp?
Oh,
Machop.
yeah, Machop. Yep. Okay, so let's see, where is he? You see?
Maybe I'll let you pick one, and I'll look through here.
Yeah, you see if you can find him.
He looks like he's right in the middle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Pretty much dead center.
And I got, Machamp.
Yeah,
So we're going to do Machop and Machamp. Those are the first two we'll be stitching.
Yeah, so they're right beside each other in the middle.
Yeah, so there they are. They're like in here. Oh, it's not focusing, but they're both like right in here. I'll try and get a better picture that I can actually insert in so you can see it. Okay, so those are the first two.
Yeah.
That we're going to be stitching.
And if you guys are going to be joining in at all, maybe you can let us know.
If you're stitching
if you're
the same
stitch
thing.
It, yeah, if you
I know
already
there's
did
people
it.
who are stitching it. So
yeah.
If you are stitching it, let us know so we can check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's all we have. Bye.
Bye, guys.